Hi, I'm Linz. Welcome to Becoming Everwell, a channel where we talk about the ongoing journey of becoming. In today's life learning episode for Midlife You, we are talking about finding wisdom in peculiar places. I make sense of life by writing about real everyday stuff that makes us who we are. Some of these snapshots are fun, some are more serious. Maybe they'll open up something in you too. Let's grow. When I discovered my child's beloved bunny mauled by the dog, I panicked. Almost nothing in our home carries as much emotional value as Bunny. Immediately, I went into Mom is going to fix it mode, desperate to make this better before he got home from school. And I remembered that buried in some closet, we had Backup Bunny. My son never took to it, but Backup Bunny was our insurance plan. I ended up at the Cleaners, home to our town's very best seamstress, Sanda, and presented both bunnies. She surveyed the situation while I'm all, can you just take Bunny's head and attach it to Backup Bunny's body? Now, Sanda is a sewing superhero, and yet, here is what she said. I can't do this without your son knowing. Wait, what? Was she serious? I mean, I was a guaranteed customer who'd clearly pay a pretty penny, and I wasn't in the mood for parenting advice. But Sanda looked at me knowingly and lovingly and said, the right thing to do is tell your son. He can handle it, but he clearly loves this bunny too much for me to do anything without his permission. I mean, come on. I didn't need this poorly timed life lesson, which was what it was starting to feel like, a teachable moment, a potential marker in the development of my inner self brought to me by what felt like a life teacher in the form of my local seamstress. Since childhood, I've loved teachers and learning so much that I earned a master's degree in education and became a high school English teacher. These days, I'm a self-development educator. And I've always been curious about our two learning trajectories as growing people. One, which is to acquire an academic education, and the other, which is to acquire a self-education. To become academically educated, we're all familiar with the container of school. It's concrete, linear, and predictable. To become self-educated, on the other hand, there's no standard container, no experts designing an individualized life curriculum for our inner growth, and there are no assigned teachers. A self-education is abstract, circuitous, and unpredictable. But a self-education, which is about becoming self-aware, growing wise, and becoming your best self, is necessary to live a meaningful, emotional, spiritual, relational, and humane life. The reality is that when it comes to our self-education, it's on us. It's on us to be ready for teachable moments. It's on us to craft our life curriculum. And it's on us to discover and learn from our life teachers. The fun part is that life teachers can show up as anyone. Maybe they're an academic teacher, but they could be a custodian, a fellow passenger on a plane, a checkout clerk at the store, or a seamstress. Life teaching is when one's human experience offers something profound to the shaping of another's human experience. I define a life teacher as one whose wisdom lovingly supports and guides the becoming of another. Wisdom. Wisdom, as I see it, is an inner repository that begins to take shape as children and gets fuller and richer as we age. It's a storehouse of our unique set of absorbed experiences, relationship, and content. And typically, wisdom presents as a calm, confident understanding about some aspect of being a person. And further, research reveals that leaning into our wisdom as we age is a guaranteed path to a meaningful life. So gathering wisdom is actually a form of self-preservation. And life teachers are wisdom's ambassadors. Life teachers are the wisdom source to becoming our best selves throughout life. So how to discover your life teachers and what to do once you've noticed them? Well, here are some tips. It all begins when you decide. And I love an acronym, so let's break it down. First, decide to be a life learner. By making that simple decision, you open yourself up to a vast landscape of teachable moments. Expect the unexpected. Everyone is a potential life teacher, and the timeline for your teachable moments is entirely unpredictable. Care for your self-education. No one else will care for your becoming as much as you will. So actively put yourself inside of opportunities that push your inner self forward. There's no prescriptive path here, so make it fun. Invite the wisdom of others. When you sense the love of wisdom's presence, trust it and let it in. Dig deep once wisdom has been imparted. Life teaching is usually indirect. So get in the habit of asking yourself, what is there for me to learn here? And take the time to reflect on it. Embrace discomfort. Inner growth is uncomfortable, but rather than resisting, welcome it, because you will get to the other side of that discomfort and you will be wiser for it. Discomfort was all I felt when Santa stopped me in my tracks with my kid's mauled bunny. Even as a self-development specialist, I was caught off guard. But I sensed that she knew something about being a person that I hadn't yet learned. So I sheepishly went home with Bunny and Backup Bunny. Later, I told my son about the incident. He cried. But after I reminded him of Backup Bunny and told him about Santa, he lit up with hope. Together, we returned to Santa's shop. This time, he asked for her help. And to my utter shock, he told her that Bunny was all he wanted for Christmas. I mean, how easily that Lego set was derailed. Sure enough, Santa happily got to work. And this is my son on Christmas morning. And something else happened in all of this. Something subtle. When Santa received Bunny from my son, she looked at me again with a calm, confident knowing in her eyes that felt to me like an invisible yet magical transmission, where a bit of her wisdom was now a bit of my wisdom too. Here was Santa, a woman, a grandmother, a seamstress, whose primary language and cultural background differed dramatically from mine. And yet, she was my life teacher, whether or not she meant to be. I'd learned from her that when it comes to wisdom, if you're open to it, willing to embrace it, and then embody it, the wisdom becomes part of you too. So that one day, in someone else's unexpected teachable moment, you can be the life teacher too. Thanks for listening and for being here. Your likes, your views, your subscribes, they all really matter to me. And I hope you'll find me over on my website, lindsayhurdy.com, and click on Work with Lindsay and check out the legacy work branch of my offerings. That's new and filling me with great joy. So if that speaks to you, find me there. It'd be great. Until next time, bye. Be sure to like and subscribe and click that bell to get alerts for new posts. I'd be ever grateful.